The forced removal of millions of people from the land was the most brutal weapon of South Africa's white rulers. Today, wealthy white farmers continue to control more than 80% of the agricultural land, and their existing property rights are guaranteed in the new constitution.
We have set up a claims court which is busy examining, investigating, firstly, whether people can be given land from state land. And we're making progress as far as that is concerned. Secondly, there were people who were removed from their own land by force. And where those people can be returned to that land, we are returning them.
In fact, less than half of 1% of farming land has been given back.
I think it's fear, basically. They're frightened, just as the old government was frightened to upset white farmers. This new government is almost as frightened. And I don't know why. There are less than 60,000 white farmers, that's all, who own all this land. It's not the whole population of 4 or 5 million whites. Most of them, for example, their land is mortgaged to the land bank, which is basically the government. The government really owns most of their land. But they're in debt to the land bank for 23 billion rand. And if the government simply foreclosed on those loans, they would have the land back. Then they say, oh, we can't do that because we rely on these people to produce. We don't. The vast majority of those farmers are hardly productive at all. Most of our agriculture is produced, or produce comes from 3% of the arable land. And that 3% is owned by a tiny group of extremely wealthy white farmers.
The unbreakable promise of the ANC's 1994 election campaign was the Reconstruction and Development Program known as RDP. It was this that would bring to the people of South Africa the basics of a decent life so long denied them by apartheid.